So the burglars are back at 5:30 in the morning, and instead of going after my printers, they've actually started traveling. It looks to me like they're heading down towards the basement, and I think there is a gap in my security. I don't know about it because there's cameras here on these doors, so kind of hoping they can be seen by them, but I haven't seen burglars try this path yet. Where are they going? Okay, they're going around to the front of the building, which is something that we've guarded in the past, but that doesn't mean it's guarded now. So, I mean, obviously all the employees are here and they get to see it, but we do have cameras positioned on that door, and we've got a camera positioned on that door. And then we have, I thought, security people. Aren't you guys security? No, because security would be standing up. I mean, obviously we've got security people here. Yeah, okay. Just making sure, because they're doing some different things now, right? Okay, so a couple of other things have happened here. It's December 2000. We're going to get started on the 2001 research and all that stuff soon. But Steinberg also went bankrupt. And it gave me 1 patent, 5 products, 3 frameworks, and 7 add-ons. So the 5 products they just gave me, it said 5, but there's only 4 here. 5 products, there's only 4 here. Anyway, it has 58,000 users. Their best one is MetaSynth 3, at least recently, right? Their most recent product. 58,000 users. Meh. So I think what's going to happen here is I'm just going to absorb all the products of the world and just start archiving them. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are going to start becoming available to hire as well. And I bet you I can probably find a lead designer here pretty quick. If I just do this, we have bad compatibility. Tony Gonzalez, he is a 71 ordinary person. So no thank you to you. I guess not. Yeah. You also got one of the leaders, Core N's leader, retired. And so I'm going to have to do something about that too. I don't think Core N is like, I don't really think I need a big leader for them. Mostly it's just for the HR purposes on this. I'm not having them lead any projects or anything. So we'll pop this. We'll go to Core N and we'll just find a lead that can maybe do some programming stuff, I guess. It's fine. And this is a night team. So we want the night owl. And we'll just find, you know, somebody who has a little bit, some socialization stuff would be all right. Team compatibility, I think, is, it's not really a problem, though. Yeah, maybe we will put automation on this. 2 additional points. We have them work on automation, then they might be able to actually be a lead on something. Yeah. So Connor Madden, we're going to hire you. And we're going to come over to Core N, wherever it may be. These are in alphabetical order, right? Yeah. So Core N currently has no HR because of that. And so we're just going to go over, find Mr. Madden, change your role to leader. There we go. So now these guys can just follow the same HR as we had before. With the difference here being, I want for education, I want you focusing on 4 specializations. I want you focusing on automation if you're going to do it. So there we go. Okay. Fantastic. So, progress report. What's going on? So, CharOS, we've got this in beta, and we fixed over 650 bugs now and counting. I've got a bunch of different teams on this trying to find as many bugs as possible. We're going to be releasing this in August, so it's going to be very solid. We're getting a marketing campaign going for CharOS one more time, just to push this out with some videos and everything, trying to get some marketing behind that. And then Meadows Rift is going to be releasing in March. I just sent them a press build this month. So they'll be reporting on it for the start of next month. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and reject any more marketing stuff. I did turn on marketing deals really quick because I didn't have a whole lot for marketing to do. But now we're going to start getting a lot of releases and they've got things to do now. So it's fine. I might even go ahead and, because this right here needs to be a higher priority than the other project. There's a marketing deal active too, but I want this done first. Okay, what else can I show you guys? Okay, so we had the lead designer for our engine team retired and everything, and then Charlie took over, right? Well, then we had another lead designer become available, another good designer become available, and I went ahead and got them on this team. So I've assigned Violet Patel to be the lead designer of our new engine. And so on the next iteration, she'll take over that. And she's a 69 to 91 is a good range there. So there's a decent chance that she can be a visionary, inspiring too, to replace Winter Cameron, who retired. I think Kenzo was somebody I was looking at before too. I don't think Daisy's going to happen. What's probably going to happen is this is going to just get isolated all the way down to here, as it usually does. But in the meantime, like Charlie was doing it, so he's locked at 75. And if I was to do another playthrough of this, I'd probably... The thing is, it's just too easy. If you make yourself a visionary, it's just too easy because you just have yourself be the lead designer on your product. So I'm looking for ideas. All right, I know there's probably going to be a lot of gimmicky ideas, but I really want a solid challenge throughout the game. I don't want it to be a challenge in the first 20%, and then once you get one successful product, boom, that's it. You're pretty much good as long as you don't be really careless, right? So I'm looking for, what can we do without a lot of gimmicks anyway? What can we do to make this a consistently challenging playthrough throughout, all the way into the late game even? If I start in 1980, by the time I'm in the 2000s and I've got, 500 employees, how do I make the game challenging? I'm looking for that. If you have any ideas, leave me a comment down below. Probably it will involve restricting myself to something. One idea I had is limiting myself to a single product, trying to get that product to be the best it can possibly be, and then just iterating that. So just having one product. The other thing, which is probably not visually, it's more of a challenge run, I guess, is to exclusively be a digital distributor and to see if you can make it as exclusively a digital distributor. Starting in 1980, that's incredibly hard. But, you can design a digital distribution platform fairly quickly as a solo person, so only one employee kind of thing. So if you only have one employee and then servers is it, right? Servers and stuff. Again, it's not visually appealing as far as, presenting it to you as the game, but I'm just looking for ideas, and they don't even have to be good ideas. I just want ideas. Edith Cunningham, she was really good, right? Yeah, she was really good. Architecture, audio. So a lot of people starting to retire here, okay? And they're getting their payouts, their benefits and stuff. We didn't have pensions for very long, but that's starting to happen. I have $51 million. Now, why do I only have 51? Well, it's because I've been buying the world. And I went out and bought a whole bunch of Burroughs Corporation. I bought $159 million of these guys because they were like they have a lot of worth, and I wanted to own a big chunk of what they were up to. And then they also have this visionary here, the operating system visionary, which I can try to poach in 1 month. So these counters for poaching, I've been told that the timers on them are for them, not for me. And what that means is another company tried to poach them already, kind of thing. Or maybe they're moving around between companies and there's like a grace period or something. But like if I want this guy, I can try to poach him now. But if I wanted the one here, I have to wait a month. And then Fearless Games has one that I've been looking at maybe trying. Miss Gallagher here. So I could take a look at that too, because if I can get theirs out, then I can sell all my stock because they're plummeting if they don't have any good products and stuff. If I take their best designer, I can probably just sell their stock for a while. And then when they go down, 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 because they're at their near all-time highs right now, if I can get them to go like down, 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 then I can buy it back over here and then still get all the IP when they go out of business. So, because they have a lot of products, they have a lot of games and stuff, and it'd be cool to just own all these game IPs and then just update all of them to max tech and then make sequels to all of them, make content for all of them, and then I'm a game company, right? Which leads me to the next thing, like maybe not trying a single company or a single IP as a challenge run, but like staying in my lane. It could be the stay in your lane challenge, I guess, in that you don't develop anything unless it is that genre. So if I wanted to be known for games, there's a lot of subgenres there. So I would probably want to focus on just a single kind of thing. The idea would be to get your recognition to maximum, but only for a single thing, right? maybe that would be more challenging. I don't know. It's a little less dynamic, and I just wanted to explore the rest of the game. But again, looking for ideas on how to make it really challenging. So we have lots of hosting contracts. We're hosting for a lot of people here. If we take a look at our servers now, Vapor is 62%, and I just grabbed 2 more. So we're probably going to need to upgrade even more of Vapor servers. Good thing is we've got a lot of servers to upgrade. So this entire wall is already upgraded, and we're at 62%. And I just had a few more. So what we'll do is we'll go in here and we'll upgrade these ones. We just want to keep headroom on all of this stuff, right? So as long as we have a lot of headroom, we're good. So let's see what this does. 62.7%. Now it's down to 56. That's actually not as much headroom as I figured we'd have, but it's probably okay. Now, why don't we start on this side? We'll say that, you know what? Here's what we'll do. I'll make all of these upgraded. And that's probably good for quite a while. We'll just have those upgraded for now. Another retirement. Yeah, so the next thing I have to do with this, it's kind of busy work stuff, right? A lot of menu screens, is I need to get leaders that are all going to handle hiring, so I never have to deal with these again. So I think all of my leaders now, a massive requirement is that you are 3-star HR. I don't hire anyone to lead a team now unless you're 3-star HR. And anyone that isn't 3-star HR, I can probably just try and buy them out so that they leave amicably. So I can go into accounting and, you know, pay off an employee kind of thing. We have 0 heat. So, and then I can buy a bunch of gold. Gold keeps going up a little bit. Silver's starting to, on its rebound now, right? Silver's starting to come up. I think maybe gold might start coming down a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen these lines cross each other, but I haven't been playing for very long, so maybe they can cross each other. I mean, it makes sense that they'd be able to, but anyway, if I take a look over at my vault, which is very hard to see without putting a light in here. So let me just put a light in here really quick. Right in the middle. So I've got these stacks of gold all the way up to here, at least for now, and then all this silver here. And I think I can probably make this just a bit bigger. Right, there we go. So just having more room for it. And then what I might do, it's 7 o'clock, so they're not going to acquire it very fast. Let's just go ahead and put that back. They're not going to acquire it very fast, but what I figured I'd do is get the big stacks now, because I have kind of like a lot of money, and so I could take and go like really big stacks, $120 million stacks. But gold's been on the rise for a while. Silver's kind of starting its recovery, and given my amount of funds, I think I'd probably hit this one instead. Not that it matters. I mean, it really doesn't. And I'm up quite a lot on a lot of these things, like 16% on some of these pieces of gold. So these gold bullions, whatever, 20%, right? 25%. So I could sell a row or two and then change it out to a big one. I mean, that's a possibility too. Okay, we're back to January, so it's time to get our research started. And it looks like we have even more shares to buy. Great. We have LG Electronics has just joined distribution. Interested to see what they are going to do. They're currently worth 460 million, as they usually are when they come in. We'll wait for the stock to plummet, and then we'll buy up as much as they have. I'm not going to bother with buying this right now. We'll buy it later when it comes down, but there it is. They don't have any products yet, but they want to be on my digital distribution platform, so there we go. I have 30% of this market. Part of me wants to just buy out Valve and then end their distribution. Just force everything over here. They're at 17%. I can just take this out, and then probably any company. I mean, every company is on mine, but they have the most there. So if I can eliminate my main competition there by just buying them out, is what I was thought. So like if I go over to, let's see, where's Valve? I could just go in my list of investments, but I thought maybe I would find them here faster. Yeah, I mean, I could do this. Name Valve. All right, so I can buy them out for $30 million right now. Is their stock going up? Oh, you bastards. It is going up. So if I buy them out here, what happens if I just take over Valve, and can I just shut them down? I mean, it's kind of dirty, but I could do that, right? Isn't that a thing I can do? If I hit this button, I'd never done this before. I don't recall doing this before. If I have, it's been a long, long time. If I hit this button, I can make it a subsidiary of my company, or I just take it over. If I take over, then I can just shut it down. If I keep it a subsidiary, I guess I still get them, right? I'm not sure how the subsidiary thing works. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to take Valve. Enter how much money you wish to deposit in the subsidiary. $1. There you go. I don't know how that works. Maybe I cancel. Hang. If I cancel and just decide to take it over entirely, is this a better fit? Let's see what happens here. I want to look at specifically. I want to look at, where is that window? I just minimized it right here. All right. I want to look at that. Plus, I want to look at this window. So if I say take over and I buy it completely, it goes away. That's okay. That's what I was thinking. It goes away. And what happens is I now own all their products and all their add-ons, right? I have Supervision 8 now. And I don't know what they were making, but I just bought them out. So Valve doesn't exist anymore. I am captain now. Yeah. And I'm not going to make $30 million on these products, you know, like just doing it just to do it. It looks like there's a joystick. I can make like a, how does that work? I have to do the design for it and everything. Yeah. But this gives me a console operating system. And a fairly decent one. Supervision 8 has been fairly decent, but if I was to make a sequel to this, I'd want to rename it. Right? So one thing I could do is I could get my design team, who I think is, are they currently designing anything? They were designing the other Sailing Stars, right? It's in the design phase here. No, that's F1A. FPS games is what it was. Yeah, they're still designing this. So the next phase happens in June 2006. Excuse me. Shouldn't take that long. Why is it taking that long? Don't take that long. Where's my design N team? Design N. I want you to help them. This is taking too long. I know. Too many cooks. I know. But I want progress. Right. Actually, the effectiveness on this is going down now. That is peculiar. Has it always been going down? Yeah, why is that? You only have one task. Unless you don't only have one task. Ooh, you know what? You probably don't only have one task. G Design 1 has one task. And the leader here is Catalia Boyd. She only has the one task. I didn't give her any other projects. Yeah, you don't have any other projects. You're only doing this. So why is your effectiveness going down? You're a pretty decent leader. Yeah. I guess I would really like you to have this star, though. Man, that would be a great star. Well, I might need to swap out that leader, but it's okay. Either way, I was thinking I could use one of the designers, the design team, to make another project. You know, maybe Design 1N could do it. I do have, let's see, Lane, you're pretty good. You don't have great automation, so you could do project management, but you're not going to be able to do any sequels and stuff. You're a better leader than the other one is. I just need you to have that star in automation. And then I can handle the post stuff. I can just hand it off to the other team. But if I had that, that'd be great. Yeah. Okay. And then you're good for education. Oh, you're already taking education. Okay. Already getting education. Yeah. Well, all right then. So I bought Valve. There it is. Valve is gone now. It is mine now. And I own all the things that Valve owned. Take a look at this. Valve taken over. It's been acquired by Char Inc. for $30 million, along with 8 original IPs. We expect plenty of job seekers to enter the market over the next few months. Yep. And then we can go over to, I guess I can take a look at other companies. Like $60 million, right? Is, let's see, what do I have for stocks? So stocks right here. If I take a look and I go, let's check out NVIDIA really quick. So NVIDIA, I only have to own 12% of that. Never mind. Where's that one company that had a really good innovator? Was it Microsoft? I think it was Microsoft that had the really good designer. They were like a 98% or something. Where's Microsoft? I just can't find anything in this list, can I? Microsoft. There it is. Yeah, 91%. Interesting. I thought you had more than that. I don't own any Microsoft stock. That said, I'm trying to buy the world, right? So let's just buy the world. We will buy everybody's share of Microsoft. Now we'll own that now. Maxon. Yep. Milestone. I pretty much own as many shares as I can on most of these. Mint Rocket. Yeah. 94% inspiring. So not a visionary. But I can take over you for 300 million. I own 50% of this though. So, all right. Just looking at things, you know? Just looking at things. Let's select all the trees, get my money for that. And then, yeah, I probably should swap out some of my leaders so that my teams are led by really good people. But because I have a lot of retirements happening here too. All right, let's close these out. And yeah, all these companies are selling more shares. I probably should go through and see if any of them, yeah, just keep doing this so that when they go out of business, I get all their stuff. Oh, look at this. February 2001. Look at this. We now have some expenses with our electricity. Now, I could stop this by putting in the wind turbine right away. And I actually have, well, I don't have the maximum amount of solar I could have. You know, there's a couple things I could do here. I can add something right here, for example. So let's see if we can maybe get just a little bit more on this. Maybe I bring this sprinkler around to like here. So I could add a few more, but this at this rate and how much power I'm using, it's not going to have all that meaningful of a difference, right? Like this much solar is not going to change much. And then there's a roof over top of the founder because I don't want the solar panels to be in his office, right? So there's a roof over here instead. And he would never, by the way, like utility room on top of his office. No. He would never allow such a thing. So for another room to be above his, no, we're not doing that. So what I could do is add some solar here too. But what I'd like to do just to see if maybe it's a storage capacity problem, right? Now we could go into more storage capacity and just see if that makes a big difference or not. So what I'll do instead is we're gonna grab, and I am gonna space these out. Role play reasons here. I'm just gonna space them out, make sure that they are, you know, easily serviceable. These are very heavy. You're not gonna be able to move them, right? So just add some storage capacity, and maybe we could go this way even. We could say that this maybe comes out this way too. It'd have to be here. 1, 2, yeah. And right about there. And so we could just go in and duplicate for storage. So let's see whether or not this much power storage helps with this, because it's possible that my solar is filling up the batteries, but the batteries are not sufficient to take me through the whole night. So that's what I want to address, is if I have enough solar already, if I have enough power generation already, and I just didn't have enough storage, then I just, add more storage. And if it's a generation problem, the batteries don't get full, then I pop the wind turbine over there. That seems fine to me. We passed the fire inspection. That's a not so rare occurrence anymore now that I've basically stopped building more of the building. And yeah, still watching the research. Let's take a look at these. So press release for CharOS. I could release it. I think I'm going to wait just a little bit longer on that. And then we'll send a press copy a month after I do that, I think. Maybe 2 months after that. Screw it. Pop that out there. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to gain any followers. CharOS is only gaining plus 4% from that. Yeah, so we're not really gaining a whole lot of followers for the operating system, at least not yet. I think we're doing it too frequently, so it's not having as much of an effect as it should have. Several hour commute to work for somebody, meh. That sounds like a you problem. Let's go ahead and take architecture. I think that's the one that's the most contested at the moment. And then we want to make sure that the suits are now crunching. So all of the suits get to work. Yep. Do it. We're not even getting our previous batteries full. Like even the 5 megawatt hours I had before wouldn't have been full. So it's definitely a generation issue. So we're going to come on over. We're going to grab our wind turbine that we've already paid for. And we're just going to pop it right back into service. And we'll have it be positioned. What was it that we had it positioned? It was like about here, wasn't it? Something like that. Or maybe it was facing this way. I don't remember. We'll just face it that way. It's fine. So there's our wind turbine. It's back in service now. And if I go back to my utilities, I'm hoping to see this is going up. Yeah, there we go. So our expenses today are $102,000. That's 10% of the cost of that turbine per day. It's definitely worth it having a wind farm, yeah? These servers, it's the server architecture. It's very power hungry. And so the more servers you have, you know, you're going to have to up that. Wow, RTS 1A is just losing people, like a lot. All right, so this is a programmer. Was it? Yeah, everything, right? System, 2D, and audio. You are audio, maxed out programmer. That sucks. All right, so system, 2D, audio. I got to go on a hiring spree here. And then that team lead, RTS 1A. The other one was adventure. So RTS 1A, right? Yeah. This team, we do not have a hiring leader, right? So I might need to swap out the leader for this team. But let's go in and just get that done. So designer, programmer, bat, we go like this. And we'll just look. No, it's RTS 1A. We get looking, and we're gonna need a couple people here. So this is an exclusive lead. Not interested in that. Goodbye. And I think by skill is what we usually want to go for, right? So I think it's right there. Most skilled person, fixed rate, fine. Hire you. Hire you. I forget how many desks are in that office. These two people were both here for 16 years. Let's get programmer, designer. And I know I said I was splitting teams up, but these ones are set for a very specific project. They only have one project at a time. I'm going to keep these teams going, but every new project from here on out is going to have more skill-focused teams. Let's go 2D and audio, because I do need another audio person, I guess. Programmer, designer, go. And yeah, maxed out stats on that last guy that retired. That sucks. We'll take you, I guess. And you. Both of you guys are snails. So now RTS 1A has 24 people. Now, where would that work? 24 people in the team. There's 23 computers in here. So I have one too many people in here now. And I can't put another computer in here. It's too packed. So I am going to have to take one of those people out, I guess. One of the people that I just hired, I'll have to shift it to core. So I'm going to shift whoever the... well, it's not... I don't want it to be you, but yeah. I think it's going to have to be... Let's take Caden Garza. We'll throw you in core instead. Just so the number of people on this team is still correct for the room. Core has enough room, right? There's 26 computers in here. Core has 22 people. So it's kind of what I've been doing is if there's an extra or something, I just throw you on core for a while and you get mentored and all those things too. Although a lot of these guys now that I'm hiring, they're good enough to where they could even be mentors. What's my research? So you're going to have it in Q3. Yeah, I think we're probably all right there, but I'm going to let that continue without doing 2D at the same time. 2D still not even being contested, so no big deal there. Okay, so Meadows Rift gets released, and then the first thing we want to do immediately is to get this thing updated. So we fixed 1,000 bugs on this. That's fantastic. We've already sent out the press release. We've already sent out the press build. I mean, all these things. So there's nothing else left to do other than to release it. And so we'll hit this button as soon as it gets to the time for that. Here we go. Release. So we'll do that. And then we'll have the maximum amount of time to try to update the technology because its ratings are going to say it's, way behind. So we're going to say that we want to print copies. Let's print 100,000 copies. So I think we can sell it. Marketing campaign for the game. Let's pop it at 40,000 for now. And then Meadows Rift, we're going to get you updated as soon as possible. So update just the tech. Do not fix the bugs. Just the tech. It's going to be CharEngine 2, Pearl 2, TrueSight 2. Yep. And then the teams that are on this. I think I'm okay with that. It's not bad. Patchers have a lot of stuff to do already. They all have 3 tasks already. All the lawyers are doing lawyer things, so they're not going to be helping. Maybe updates can help too. They don't have a task. So we'll do that. And then that is going to be your number 1 priority. Everyone who's working on it, that's your number 1 thing right now. Get that up near where the... Yeah, right here. So these 2 things are together. All right. We have an alien skins pack coming for Sailing Stars. Just an extra thing that I have my design team working on. And then I still have to figure out when that these games are going to be released. This is nearly done, but it's actually been stuck here at this code for quite a while now. And I really dislike that. It's just stuck here at 86% for so long now. And I'm not sure what I can do to speed that up. So what I might do here, just to help with this, is do that. Just to help with these guys to finish it, and maybe even take Adventure Games 1B away from it. And then Adventure Games 1B, you can work on patching the Meadows Rift. Yeah, you can work on this too. Just getting as much of this stuff done as possible. And my dedicated dev and art team will finish this game. And then if that's the case, assuming I see this stuff progressing, which I should see it progressing pretty soon here. Actually, if I go dev, I should probably go dev N too, just to see if it's working. Because this has been on 86% for a couple days now. Very close to that anyway. Let's get some more stock here. Bop. Bop. I'm not even looking at who it is or what their chart is. I'm just buying it, you know. $67 million still. I got new features unlocked. Shader editors and the engines, okay? The creativity of Adrian Bird is narrowed down to 74%. You unlucky bastard. Just 1 more percent. We would have been good. That sucks, man. Just 1 more. It would have been all right. All right, well, I mean, it's still profitable. It's just not going to be, you know, a visionary thing. I'm pretty sure we have this. Yeah, that looks like it's probably going to happen. So we can just go in and turn on the 2D now for that. And then the skins pack, why don't we send that to development now? Yeah, we'll just send that into development. And so that's going to be dev 1 and art 1 now too, handling that. All right, so first future, I think I'm going to aim to release this June 2002. It gives me a little over a year to release a game that's at 87% code. You know, fix the bugs and all that stuff too. So we're going to go ahead and announce that date. Yeah, and we'll commit to that date. And then I can go in and run just a quick marketing campaign on that as well, just to see about getting some outreach about it, announcing about it, right? And then as far as Charphone goes, I'm still not certain about that yet. I'm just going to hold off on that for a little bit longer. I want to see Meadows Rift, you know, get done. I want all these guys just really hitting this as hard as we can so that I can, you know, get as many sales for it as possible this month. We're not fixing any bugs. We're not looking for any of that. We don't even know about the bugs at the moment, so it's a little hard to fix things you don't know about. But like once we start getting support requests for it, then cool. And then once this is updated to the latest tech, we'll send this off to project management. I think that updates and ports, we still have maxed effectiveness, although, okay, yeah, there's the arrows. So we still have maxed effectiveness on this. We can get more done there. But I'm looking at some of the other projects that I've been seeing effectiveness drop. Not this one. This one's fine now. But wow. Yeah, this is dropping pretty steadily. I'm not sure what's going on with Lydia Lewis. She doesn't have a lot of... well, this is World of Wizards, right? Because I guess because she's updating it? She can't be updating it. She's porting it. Don't port this. Oh, like 60 months? The World of Wizards has been released a long time ago. There's no reason to port that. So that might be why, because there's 4 operating systems it's trying to port for. Maybe when that's done, then she'll just, you know, go back to being an awesome leader and not losing effectiveness all the time. Possibly. We'll see. And then my distribution platform, I'm redoing it to add some of the cloud features for 2000. I don't really need to have that done, but I'm doing it anyway. First feature then gets that, and then we want to go in and just pop hype on that too, just so it... let's see, what did it say? It said, not completely sure I've heard about charting. Shut up, Software Inc. You have no idea what you're talking about. Software Times. I'm not sure I've heard of Char Inc. before. I really hope they redo that too. Like this, it's very silly how I'm the most profitable company, the biggest company in the world. I'm valued at 3 times more than the second place company, and yet you've never heard of me before. It's just a weird thing for that to be a thing. I think your market recognition, it really shouldn't be entirely about past releases. It shouldn't, like, this should play a role. All right, this right here should play a role. I am more than, I say 3 times more valuable than the next company. It's not entirely true. It's just a little over 2 times more valuable. But remember, on this company, I own 44% of it. So, like, if you want to be that way, you could say, not really fair, but you could say that 44% of this is me. Wow, check this out. So we all still only have 1.1 megawatt hours stored in the batteries. So I had $80,000 in electricity this month too. That's surprising. That's with the wind turbines. So what I'm thinking here is it's time to get more wind turbines. You know, it's time to get more. I mean, yeah, I could add more solar, but well, I guess I could always add it over here. It might be okay if I added more over here. We got to get started like figuring out what we're going to do for manufacturing soon anyway. So I guess I could look into that. So this building goes all the way over. It's just a big old boring warehouse that takes up the entirety of this space. So we have all this room for printing. And it doesn't look like Auto Courier is doing its job, does it? It doesn't look like it. What's going on, Auto Courier? Did you just decide not to, you know, the one single thing that you're supposed to do? Did you just stop doing it? Yeah, there you go. Huh? Staffing is okay. 28 couriers for printing. Okay, well, let's see what you got. 28 couriers. I'm not seeing that. Hang on. Type. Now, I think I have to fire and hire them all again because I don't know if it's going to have these couriers as being hired by the mod now that I've disabled it and re-enabled it. So let's disable all of them. And then the mod can just rehire them all. But there's a lot of stuff on the pallets here, you know? Anyway, so what I want to do is I kind of want to shift my printing operation over a little bit more. Yeah, it makes longer walks for people who are parking over here. You know what? Never mind. This is going to be dedicated to printing. All right, that's it. But that's it, though. So this is going to go away, and so is this. So this is our printing. And so with this being printing, we can then take our wall, and let's get a wall going like this. All right, right through there. And so this is now a manufacturing area that we can, you know, focus on, you know, manufacturing. And why don't we make this bigger as well? We can go out to about here with it. Yeah, just leave a little bit of space for, you know, venting out from these machines, right? Don't want to be right up against them. And then I think probably we can go even further over because we can manufacture even more things. So we go over about, like, say, this far. Again, want to leave room for additional heating expansions and stuff, which we probably need with all the space. I bet this is getting pretty close to needing more. So why don't we, yeah, just plot, like, I'll pop one more right there. And with the warehouse and stuff, we're like expanding capacity. I think we probably need more. So I'm just going to get a few more. Just an expansion to our HVAC right now, so I don't have to deal with it later. Okay, so with that done and out of the way, we need stairs and all these things for, you know, moving up here. So we could go in and do something like this. I think right on the side here, like that, could be all right. Yeah. And then this door goes in on that side. We still only want a single door into this entire structure. That's for security. But we'll have internal doors. And then eventually, as we make all these things, we will drop the product down into this area. And then this area will route into these areas so that they're in all these pallets. Okay. Okay. So with that done out of the way, we can see that we also have this. Let's go real quick and make this. Oh, do we not get... Oh, I didn't have this saved. Weird. I thought I had this saved as a design. Am I not able to save it? Weird. I mean, just out of... I think I'm out of it. If I clear that one, can I add another one? So normally you can save the layout. I've been doing that. But I don't see the plus here. And now it's doing the wrong thing. I guess I'm just doing office. Maybe that's why. Because it's already... Oh, okay. So it's already a template. That's why. Okay. Well, in that case, let's change these. I just want these walls to be white. Yeah. And then we'll save this to manufacturing. Yeah, and now I should be able to do that and get these to be the proper colors and everything inside. Okay, cool. Now, of course, we'll get a lot more lights. And I don't know exactly where they're going to be lined up yet because I don't know where the machines are, but we need to start making phones and stuff too. Plus, as we, I guess, absorb the IP of other companies, we're going to have hardware designs that they're creating, consoles and whatever. And we want to be able to make those too. They put all the money into developing it. Then they went out of business, left the product with us, and now we can just do that. So the idea would be that we would make them and then send them into this loop for processing. But we're going to need one more bay over here because I can't go through this wall, I don't think. I don't believe there's a mechanism to go through the wall. Because you can't go through like this. And yeah, I don't think so. There's a tier 3 belt now too. A food dispenser, food packer, box elevator. This goes between floors. And that would be how we would get things into here from the top floor. But I don't want to go up and then down. I just want to, go straight through. So I think I would probably place one of these in here somewhere. Let's just put it here for now. And then we can see whether or not that's a sufficient position later once we start doing manufacturing stuff. All right, so we have that. We'll have manufacturing up here, potentially. Manufacturing here, potentially. So the final step, and the reason why I'm doing this now, this whole thing, is so that I can clone this and go up one level. All right, drop that in. Go like this, go up one level, drop that in, and then let's take out this wall, and then we go into our utilities, find our solar panels, and this top floor here is just nothing but solar panels. Do the same thing we've been doing with the other building. All right, we'll just take a few of these out and sell them. And we're left with something that looks like that. So there's the top of this building, adding additional solar capacity to the rest of our grid so that I don't necessarily need to have another wind turbine and occupy more space in the city for it. We'll just put it on the top of the roof and not have to take up any more space. Love that. Okay, so the next thing is, of course, the fire department is going to be mad at me if I don't do this. So we'll just make sure that we, do this. Pop it in the room there, that's fine. And then also go in and right next to the stairs is probably good. There we go. And then right over here is good. All right, so we have the sprinkler and everything in every room. We don't have it in this one, but this one is Yeah, this is getting removed. Yeah, there we go. So now it is covering that room. Okay, so there's our warehouse expansion. It's just going to be out this way with an extra door, and then big room up here for additional manufacturing if we need it for anything, followed by additional solar panels on the top of it there. Yeah, no problem. I think that's probably pretty good. I don't think I need to do anything else there. I know it looks a little bit weird here, but I think it's got a little bit of a charm. I don't know. There's something about it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it feels unique, right? We had some kind of really great architect come in and tell us that was fine. I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. We'll see whether or not that is enough energy generation to help our batteries get, pushed up throughout the day here. I know it's filling up faster now, but it's about to be nighttime, so it's not going to happen anymore. All right, and then we have more couriers being hired. Hopefully enough to take away all those things. And we just kill all those notifications now. All right, cool. Well, we can patent that. We can get the audio finished there. We can get the system finished there. All the things are happening for us again. Once again, conquering the world. It is March 2001. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video here. In August, we release our first operating system. That's a big deal. And we have an additional IP now. We got additional game to deal with. Charphone. Probably going to get into that tomorrow too. By tomorrow, I mean whenever the next video is. So tomorrow for me, whenever the next video releases for you. Yeah. And then Betrayal is coming along nicely too, about 60% done. Got to figure out when we're going to market that. And then obviously these teams that are finishing these projects, they don't have anything to do now. So we got to give them something else to work on, right? Come on back for the next one. Should be entertaining, I hope. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.